Good Saturday morning. I guess the big question is everybody cold enough today? Sitting at 31 at Key Field this morning. As we pull this up, let me pull this up so we can take a look around the area of what we got this morning. As we look at temperatures, we zoom in at NAS Meridian showing up at 29. So that's cold. As we go to Columbus Air Force Base, 28 degrees. We go to Tupelo, 30 degrees. Out to our west, Jackson, Mississippi, sitting at 30. Even Hattiesburg is below freezing at 31. We look down at the Mississippi Gulf Coast, they're at 39, and they did have a freeze warning that was out right in that area there. So chilly freeze warning for them. Temperatures did get low to that. As we look around, we'll go over toward Tuscaloosa, 30. Yeah, Birmingham area, also very cold as we come back across here. The Mississippi Delta sitting at 30 degrees here. Memphis is at 36 this morning. So we've had some chilly weather. Now, it will warm up in just a little bit, and we'll get to a high of 61 today, nearly doubling what the temperature is right now. Maybe it is double the exact location where you are. Glenn and Wanda Jackson said 39 in Purvis this morning. Terry Ray, 28. Philadelphia. Burr. That is a real good one there. Clarkdale Community reporting 31 from Roy Ellis. How are you doing there? Wanda Grantham says, we don't have far to fall. Went from summertime to wintertime just like that, and we did. It's just so back and forth, and that's the Deep South. But a cold morning for us. It's definitely a fireplace back up to it type morning, isn't it? I'm already a cold-natured person to begin with. I do hope you've had a good evening. As we went through Black Friday yesterday, did you get out and do any shopping? There were a few people out that went out and tried it. A lot of people are preferring to wait it out since these sales have really changed to a 3-week run instead of the day of to keep crowds from gathering. People have gone a little early, and I think the Black Friday sales will continue in most cases past just that allotted time. Unlike years ago, if y'all remember, getting the parking place in front of the building was the big deal. All changing the way things are. As we look at headlines, and I know you've heard me talk about this, but it just keeps getting more and more and more. These flash mob robberies that are happening in California. Yesterday, Home Depot was hit. Went in and got hammers and things. I guess they'll use that to break into other places. Then they went on to steal jewelry, and then they went on to steal handbags and things of that nature. It's becoming a very orchestrated crime spree that is spreading across America, and this is connected to mobs and things of that nature. Maybe mob is not the word, but syndicated crime in some shape, form, or fashion where they sell the products. I'm not sure the organization, but it is well put together. You're going to see more of this as it comes across. As America, other states tried to run Florida down. As we look at the numbers today, DeSantis, the governor of Florida, his numbers are lower than anybody in the nation when it comes to COVID. And I'm not sure if you've heard of this, and I haven't learned how to pronounce it yet. There is a brand new variant coming. It's called, and I'm going to say it wrong, Omicron, Omicron, a new variant. Uncle Joe put the lockdown finally after other nations did of letting people in from South Africa where this thing was originated from. And already New York is wanting to declare a state of emergency and shut everything down. I think it's a little early for that. But we'll watch it. I'm not a governor. I don't know everything that they know. I don't have the details in front of me. But that's the last thing I think this nation needs is another lockdown. Anybody agree with me on that? We'll watch this and report to you as it unfolds as we learn more and more about this. Just a bad deal there. Getting reports of 25 as we go to Nashville, Tennessee, Murfreesboro area there, up in that area there. Wow, that's cold. So there we go. But we'll watch this COVID thing as it develops. And the Black Lives Matter yesterday tweeted out that you're having your Thanksgiving on stolen land, referring to the land being taken from the Indians. That was their campaign slogan over Black Friday. I've been hearing a little bit of push from that over the last month or so. That's been gaining momentum of trying to push that narrative now. We'll watch it, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest. As you go to local news, lots of shootings in the Jackson, Mississippi area. Had someone shot on the front porch. It just keeps going and going and going. Closer to home, and let me find this. Nothing bad in our area to speak of. We did have some reports of gunfire. And as we pull this up, we had reports of this, the 4800 block of 37th Avenue. That was down from North Hill Street, down in this area in a subdivision back in here. Lots of reports of gunfire in that area overnight, and that's where that come from. No reports of anybody or anyone being hit at this point, but nonetheless, it was a lot of gunfire that was reported in those areas there along North Hill Street last night. No new reports of naked man. That's kind of gone quiet. I guess it's a little cold for that. Let's hope that he has gotten some help and found some clothes. That's what we hope. All right, let's turn our thoughts a little bit more in depth this morning to weather. And always, if you see something, whether it's a wreck or whatever the case is, something that's newsworthy, shoot it to us. Let us know about it so we can share with others so they can know about it as well. All right, let's flip and get into some weather.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we turn back the hands of time, we'll go back to 1973. It was a warm day, 84. 1903 was our coldest, 21. We're not that far from it. We're sitting at 29 and 28 in a lot of areas this morning. But 1903, 21 degrees. That's been a long time ago. As we look at today's forecast, it's expected to be sunny. Meridian will get that 61 as we move through Philadelphia and right on up through Noxapater and those areas to Winston County. About 60 degrees, even holding steady at that in Columbus and Mississippi State. As we go west, we go to Vicksburg and Jackson, our western end of the state, to hold 62, and most of the Mississippi Delta will remain at 60. As we go south, Hattiesburg area down toward the coast, we're going to see about 62. Is what the high will be. Let's cross those state lines and go into Alabama this morning. Sunny and 56 in Hamilton, Alabama is all they'll get there. Demopolis, 61. In Geiger, Alabama, Livingston area will get about 60 today. To the south, about just the same as Mississippi. About 62 is what they'll get there in the south end of Alabama today. So not bad weather, nothing to complain about whatsoever. As we check the tropics, all clear. And that's going to remain that way, it looks, until that runs out at the end of the month, our threat, and we'll take that out of the weather forecast there for about 6 months and then bring it back when it's time to do so. As we move forward and look at our temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, Mississippi and east in the south is, well, kind of normal this time of year. Above average up in the northeastern area there. As we look out west, that's a heat wave out there, and it's slowly making its way towards us. Parts of Louisiana already starting to warm up. Still below average down in South Florida as we look at that. But we'll closely monitor this and see when this. As we roll into what's today's forecast, let's look at this closely as what we expect. We're going to get sunshine, 61 today. Tonight, not near as cold with a low of 45. Now, there is a teeny-weeny bit of rain chance after midnight, a 20% chance. Again, that low 45. No chance of that becoming anything else because temperatures will be way above freezing. A 20% chance of rain through 9 a.m. in the morning. So it should die out about the time that you get ready to leave for church, which means one thing. Streets will be slick, and we know how people wait till the last minute to slam on brakes, and it causes incidents. Be careful. Tomorrow night, it's going to be clear and cold again. 34. Not quite as cold as it was last night, but still, that's just barely above freezing for us, and, well, we get cold quick. We head back to work on Monday with a 60-degree temperature down to 36 that night, and the forecast just gradually gets warmer throughout the week as we go to 67, and by Thursday and Friday, the end of the week, we're back up to 70 once again, as we saw that warming trend coming to us from Texas. All right, let's go ahead and jump in here to December the 11th. We'll see a downgrade of about 10 degrees by the 4th of December and hold steady in the low 60s there with nighttime lows in the 40s through about the 11th of December. And before long, we'll be singing the first day of Christmas, won't we? That's right around the corner, believe it or not. So that's a quick look at that, where we're starting. Let's find out about what deer season's doing today. The outlook for today, if you're going hunting, is average is what we find. Your best time is now through 9:17 a.m. is your prime time to hunt today. The winds are going to be calm, becoming southwest around 5 miles an hour. You can't beat that wind at all. That's pretty good. So there you go. That's a quick look at the deer hunting forecast that we get there. So if you've got, as I mentioned before, if you've got information, something you see, no matter where you live in the area, let us know. We need to share that. So many times information never makes it anywhere. No one knows the less. Maybe what you know will help someone else. You never know. But share if you see something. I do appreciate that. And we dig into it and try to find more and more information to pass along to you. It's going to be a great day, and I appreciate y'all coming out, and I appreciate that. Don't forget, when you need tires, Eastgate Tire Center. Matthew and his family are there. They've been closed Black Friday, and they'll open back up Monday. They took a little break for the holidays. Same as Chet. They'll be back to work. All that Chet's paint and body on Monday. They'll be back at it. So a big thank you to all the sponsors. If you'd like to know more about becoming a sponsor, inbox me. We'll be glad to share that information as well. Let's see here. Let's do some good mornings. I hadn't done enough of those today. Good morning goes out to Miss LaWanda Grantham. Joyce Godwin, how are you? Also, Kathy Spence. Glad to see you watching from Decatur this morning. Also, Karina Jones joins us along with Roy Ellis. We mentioned him a moment ago. Terry Ray told us how it was up in Philadelphia there. Down to Purvis at 39 degrees coming in from Glenn Jackson. Also, let's see here. Mitchell Belk, how are you? 30 in the Dixon community, deep into Neshoba County there. Always good to visit Neshoba County there. As we found out, 25 there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Steve and Wanda, how are y'all doing there? Let's see here. William talking about how the term Black Friday came about. That's interesting there. Linda Accord, good morning to you. Also, Gail Gafford is up, along with Sherry Mitchell. How are you? Glad to see you today. Miss Arlene, too, is up. Thanks for visiting. Also, let's see here. Scotty Ray for governor. That's funny. Betsy Holly, good morning to you. Also, Laura Lee, how are you? Good morning to you. Along with Bill Reinhardt, good morning from DeKalb. Teresa Spivey is up, and as well as Linda Culpepper. Good to see you. Charlotte Edwards is up. A little cool this morning. I agree with you so much. And Sarah Neese watching as well. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And let's see here. I think that covers most of the big headlines. I've glanced around. There's nothing shaking that you don't probably already know about. As we look at all, I was glancing back over this. It's just one thing after another with shootings in the Jackson, Mississippi area. So many of them I can't even report. They're on track for a record number of deaths this year. Same as we are in Meridian. We'll watch all of that. And Mississippi State fans try to recover from the loss of the Egg Bowl. It happened. Oh, boy. But good game, still the same. Thank you all for coming by. I'll be back tomorrow morning for sure, and I'll keep you up to date with what goes on today. Should it be anything big, we'll come back live and give you street-by-street coverage, or whatever the case is, we'll go live to let you know about it, and we'll make posts of where this happens and that happens. Thanks to you for making all this happen. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Candace will be back Monday morning, back in the saddle once again. We'll see you then.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by